I just saw this tweet here that says, leaving the cinema after watching the Odyssey for the second time, and it's like this I Show Speed in a costume like that. I don't know what the original stream was supposed to be, but I've seen this so many times. It's like, oh, I saw someone even say that they got a screenshot of someone texting, and it's like, is Speed really in the movie? Yeah, I promise he's in there. Oh, I'm gonna go tomorrow if he's like, yeah. It's like, I don't know if little kids or something get tricked into going to see it, but like I've seen it enough that people might think that Speed is actually in the movie. But anyway, everyone's seen this movie.
I've seen so many videos of like people trying to get into theaters in Trojan horses.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of effort. That's for sure. But as we learned from the movie, it's never pleasant in there. So it's just stuff you don't think about.
Feces, urine, cold water.
What's funny is that most movies probably wouldn't cover that. They wouldn't. They wouldn't bother doing that. But Nolan's like, I want to add that in there.
Did it say how long they were in there for?
Probably in the original story, maybe. I'll disclaimer.
Yep.
Disclaimer. I do not know much about the original story. Okay, I'm aware of many of the parts, and it's been referenced throughout popular culture. If you watched Arthur as a kid, I saw it again on TikTok. Like they did do an Odyssey like story. So many of the components are familiar, but do I know the story inside and out? No, I do not. So I'm going to go out on a limb here and say there's probably said how long it was, but they never probably go into detail about what actually goes on inside of the Trojan horse.
Right. Because imagine being the dude at the bottom with like the straw just the whole time, just like breathing.
Well, I think they said in the movie they drowned, so he probably I don't know if that guy made it either.
Oh man,
tough times. That's what I thought about too. Like sometimes with the way people died off, or like in the troll cave the Cyclops cave. They're just kind of like, oh well, two of us are gonna get eaten in the morning. And everyone just looks at each other and just like, whoever it is, that's what happens. But yeah, it's crazy, all the effort that goes into it. But anyways, in case you don't know, we're talking about the Odyssey today. We have happily seen the movie, all of us, and we're excited to continue enjoying it because just after 1 week, it's already grossed. It's not even been a full week, by the way, but after the first 5 or 6 days, it's grossed like $360 million internationally. So huge, renowned success. And I'm kind of like perplexed because I know Oppenheimer was a hit, but is it really Oppenheimer that would have helped get this movie as popular as it is? Or do people really want to see the Odyssey portrayed on the big screen like this? Because I honestly am surprised at just how much hype it truly has.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think probably Oppenheimer definitely added to it. I think with seeing a Christopher Nolan film and it being groundbreaking that, yes, this is the first film to be completely filmed on IMAX cameras. I feel like just the way social media has gone post-pandemic. I know Oppenheimer was the very tail end of the pandemic, kind of 2023, summer 2023. But still, yeah, like I feel like even the younger generation being so invested in film and movies these days and showing up. Yeah, like people want to see this on the best and biggest possible screen they can. And so with that being said, yeah, IMAX 70mm theaters are hard to come by. I think there's only like 41 locations worldwide that you can see that format, and I think there's 8 in Canada. And so yeah, it's a little tough if you live far away. I know people were saying I'm seeing a video, a guy said he drove like over 400 miles to go see this film in IMAX 70mm, and people are like flying, and it is crazy. It is crazy. I'm seeing all these funny videos of just yeah, like how inaccessible it is, and just people like trolling Nolan, being like, if you're poor, you can't see this movie. Like, paying $25 even to go get in the door to see it is steep. But yeah, no, it was good. I enjoyed it. It was a good time.
I went to just look at like how much, and Oppenheimer wasn't too far behind on its first week. It did earn as well over 200 million. So
Oh, really?
yeah, that's really cool based on what it told me. But yeah, it kind of perplexed me just how popular it is, and I mean, will it be his most profitable movie? I don't really know.
I'd have to
look into the you'd think the Batman movies would be as good or as popular, maybe with inflation, but no, it was excellent. I guess we're talking about movie theater experience.
Yeah.
Drove through my own sort of Odyssey. I'm joking. It was just raining, but raining on the highway is never fun. Anyway, get to the movie theater, 11 a.m. showing, and yep, fully packed. Got our popcorn, and I got in there around like 10:57. So the movie, around 11 o'clock. Really no time to settle in, and definitely one of the more peaceful movie theater experiences I've ever had. Everyone extremely focused on the movie, which I'd imagine so, because you'd have to think everyone that's in the movie theater with me would have had to have paid on that day, that fateful day where they released the tickets.
Yeah.
So you've had months of like preparation, anticipation. You were waiting to pay for the tickets middle of the day that day. So I'd have to imagine you are there to really indulge in the movie beyond just watching it or being a casual goer. You can't be a casual goer if you go see it.
No, the casual goers are scrambling now to try to buy tickets. And they're not having so much luck, unfortunately.
Yeah. Is Calgary like pretty? I mean, we joked about that like there's plenty of tickets in Calgary, but
well, this is interesting because this is the only film I've seen here in Calgary that's like fully booked out. Like, unless you're going to like an 11 a.m. show, then there's like some few odd seats available. But this is the most packed theater that I've seen for films that have like come to Calgary. But Ireland, man, I don't think the Irish like know about Nolan's greatness or something, because I literally bought the tickets the day before and they were like middle seat, nice like tickets. And yeah, I have like a friend that is a filmmaker. She lives in Ireland, and that was her first ever Christopher Nolan film, was The Odyssey, this past week. So it's interesting because isn't Cillian Murphy Irish? Like, you'd think he'd have like a bigger following there or something. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, I was kind of thinking the same thing with Australia. I know I'm seeing lots of videos now with Australia showing, because I think Melbourne, they have a IMAX 70 millimeter theater. And people are going crazy down there now. But when they dropped the trailer for it, I think me and Daniel were talking about this. The trailer for the first trailer for the Odyssey was like hundreds of millions of views within like the first day, and Australia was only like a couple thousand views. Like the UK or Australian Universal site, it was like, what do these like do these people know about Christopher Nolan at all?
That's hilarious.
You know, something amazing is that when I read the amount of money, it won't sound great. So it said the Odyssey grossed 954,000 euros in the Republic of Ireland.
954? Dude, that's like nothing.
I know, but yet it says combined across the wider UK. It says that Ireland topped the global box office this country with the biggest opening weekend per capita for the Odyssey. I guess meaning like per person, sort of like statistics. Yeah.
And this is still Ireland you're talking about?
Yeah, this is based on what it's telling me, but Apparently, it was popular enough for people to go see it. But let me, you guys keep talking. Maybe I'll find more info on that.
Well, it's interesting to know, like, I guess how low of attendance for the Odyssey in Europe, because every single city I went to, huge banners on like buildings, buses. They marketed the Odyssey really well over there.
I guess just the number of people. Because let's see, opening weekend Odyssey, Austria, for example. And speaking of which, just like something cool, all the cool promos happen in like these small European countries. I saw a Spider-Man promo where it was really cool. They have like this subway or bus completely roped around in what looks like spider webs in Bulgaria as a promotion.
Oh shoot.
Like, why Bulgaria of all things? But
yeah.
Anyways, yes, this movie has taken the world by storm, and everyone's loving it. I've actually seen that the Letterboxd rating has risen since I last looked. Like, it was at 4.3, now it's at 4.4, and the majority of people are giving it 5 stars. Actually, it says that it grossed 1,261,000 in Austria.
Well, I just looking up here. I remember seeing a post about this as well, and the Odyssey grossed 51.8 million to 52 globally, just IMAX theaters, and 6.1 million in IMAX 70 millimeter screenings.
Crazy.
Yeah, I actually there's this, I guess, it gives us all this country statistics, and in Europe, the lowest one was North Macedonia with $23,000.
Dude, I don't even know where that is.
Macedonia. I don't know. Yeah. Mexico, wow. 7 million, easily the highest one. But then, yeah, I mean, there's no comparing.
To be fair, though, the Odyssey did come out at the soccer finals, World Cup or whatever it's called. So I feel like that would interfere.
There was actually a good space. Yeah, like the final was on Sunday, so there's actually a good space because the last game that was important before that was on Wednesday. But yes,
so no excuses.
I mean, I watched the World Cup and I saw it at 11 a.m. for me, so
right,
it was okay. But anyways, I guess let's dive into the movie itself. I know Josh gave it 5 stars and he said he was levitating in his seat. So I guess you can start us off with how you felt and maybe what was that scene that was making you levitate?
Yeah. Let me just pull up my notes real quick. Yeah, no, the Odyssey was great. Let me share my theater experience. I didn't get to share my theater experience. So I went to the same theater as Daniel and Vaughn, but he went on Saturday and I went on Monday. 11 a.m. show as well. It's so weird going to a movie that early in the day. You know, kind of woke up, went for a run. Sarah went skating at like 7:30 in the morning. We came back, had breakfast, got showered, and ready to go. Leaving the house at 10, quarter after 10 to go to the theaters. Super really weird, but
not you guys aren't. It's just like when I went and saw Oppenheimer, I saw it at 10 in the morning, and I woke up, showered, and took a bus. So I know what you mean, but it's kind of fun.
It is fun. Yeah. No, it felt like Christmas morning, like I was so excited. Like it was a great day. But yeah, showing up to the theater, I was worried. I wasn't sure if the doors would be open because when me and my dad went to go see Project Hail Mary at an earlier screening, the doors weren't even open yet, but doors were open. Lots of people were flowing in and out. And we got to our seats, maybe like 10-15 minutes early. And people, I don't know if people know that it's 11 o'clock, that's when it starts, because we had people coming in, like, I'm not even kidding you, 30-40 minutes in, still coming into their seats.
What?
And, like, phone light on, like completely disturbing everything. I was like, oh my goodness, like,
that's
crazy. And but yeah, no, we had this. So the handicap, where the floor ahead of me where the handicap seats are, we had these, I think these two guys, they had autism and Down syndrome, and the one guy was in like a wheelchair, like electric one, and the guy with Down syndrome was super nice, like talking to everyone. And I didn't really notice it too much in the first half of the film, but the second half was definitely a little, like, I couldn't like, corner of my eye, the guy in the wheelchair, he was live streaming it from his phone. Like, he had his phone set up and his phone was on the screen, and I'm like, okay, like, you know, this guy, you know, he's autistic, like, what am I gonna do, right? I'm not gonna say anything to this guy.
Throws popcorn at him.
It's like I don't even, for all I know, this guy has permission from them to do this, but like, so I kind of just, in front of me was the median, so I just kind of like leaned back a little more and kind of leaned to the side, and it was out of my vision, which was good, which was fine. And then it wasn't until later, after the movie, I was walking by and it looked like he was on like a video call. I'm assuming he was probably like live streaming it to like his group home or something to the guys back. Or maybe he's doing that on TikTok. He's doing a TikTok live, you know, showing it on TikTok for everyone. But no, other than that, it was pretty good. There was a guy beside Sarah to her left. She said that he had his phone on, and he just had like IMDb open for the Odyssey with all the actors, and he wasn't even like doing anything. So she right away, she's like, "Can you please turn your phone off?" And he turned it off. And then even like you know, going into this, I'm seeing people like recording themselves with the face camera and then showing the screen. They're like, "Oh my goodness, IMAX 70 millimeter," and everyone in the comments is roasting them like, "Put your phone away! What are you doing?" Like, they're like, "Oh, it's my first time. Relax." It's like, no, you don't do that. And I saw people a couple of rows, like, soon as it started, they pulled their phone out. The guy beside me at the end, like, closing scenes, like, they're giving their monologues. He pulls out his phone and starts recording. I'm like, oh gosh,
dude,
like,
what theater experience did you go to? That sounds terrible.
Yeah, like I said, aside from people coming in late, you know, Buddy live streaming it, and then
I'm here talking about how dedicated the whole audience was, and it was great. And you went and saw the movie 2 days later, same time, and it's like hell broke loose.
Yeah. Like I said, I wasn't disturbed at all. Like, it was locked in crowd, and even at the end, like, everyone clapped. We all clapped. It was really nice. Yeah. But yeah, other than that, it was a great theater experience. I actually didn't feel too disturbed or agitated, so I was good. I think I was just like on such a high, I didn't really care.
It's just so big, you can actually ignore if you want to.
Yeah. But I guess now we're going back to the movie. I loved this movie. I sent a funny video to Daniel, these two guys talking about how they felt the runtime, like it was way too long. The whole middle of the movie dragged, but I the complete opposite. Like, I didn't feel the runtime at all. I thought it was very well written, like super engaging the whole time. Like, the whole middle, it was it was the whole journey, right? It was the entire journey. And, you know, these guys were talking about, like, you know, him coming home, like, all the good stuff was in Ithaca, and everyone's like, yeah, it was good because of the journey, you know. Like, that's the whole point of the movie.
I don't even get that argument either, because all the interesting bits for me are the constant different islands they were going to were so interesting. If anything, maybe like it's a bit boring a little bit, was like the Calypso stuff, if I'm honest. I did not care that much for Charlize Theron, however you pronounce it. Just a little bit, and actually would have because I think in the original story there's a bit more of the lotus flower. Like, maybe the whole crew has it. I feel like the order of where they went was different from what the original story is, but I haven't had enough research to confirm that. But I think, I guess, not trying to cut off what you're talking about, Josh, but just like I think Nolan had his own interpretation of what he was sharing, and it certainly felt different than anything he's done before, which was quite exciting. But I don't know if you're continuing your review, Josh, here.
Yeah. No, just kind of briefly synopsis of how I felt. What really hit the third act for me, the second half of the movie, was really like amazing for me when Odysseus he makes that decision to go home and to just give himself to the sea, and go where he will kind of thing. Let the gods take him. And he goes up on the beach, and he's got this plan. He's disguised as a beggar, going through Ithaca, like trying to find information, and just that whole the scenes building up to him going to the palace and revealing himself, and him plucking the blow, like him giving that monologue to Anne Hathaway or Penelope about, like being disguised as a beggar, but, like kind of confessing his shame and why it took so long for him to get home, and all it was just like very touching for me. Yeah.
This stuff. Yeah. It's a lot of people enjoy the third act a lot. Part of it is definitely Robert Pattinson stealing the show a lot of the time. He does a weasel so well.
So good. He's so snarky. He's so good.
Yeah, and I know I saw Tom Holland talk about how comfortable he feels because he's worked with Robert before, and he just knows he knows how to play a dickhead really well. Is how he's put it. So, and I think it was phenomenal done. I guess of the highlight performances, I thought Anne Hathaway was a standout for sure.
I agree.
I saw people say Matt Damon is like a shout for the Oscar. I don't really know, if I'm honest. He's fine, but I don't think
he was a great performance. I think he was a good performance, but I don't know if it's going to be a lock for nomination. Are you saying he's going to win, or is he going to get nominated?
I saw an article say that he's like surely going to get the Oscar, and I'm like, I don't know about that.
He's definitely going to get nominated. I'm not sure about locking in the Oscar.
I'd have to watch it again. I don't know. I wasn't too enthralled by Matt Damon as much as some other people. Like Anne Hathaway was one. Robert Pattinson, of course, did a fantastic job. Who else am I thinking of? And this is a
Samantha
quote that,
Morton.
Is that the one that played Cersei?
Cersei, yeah.
Okay, because I did see that Nolan shared, I believe, that his move. There's only been a few times where the crew has like applauded someone or something like after a scene, and that was Heath Ledger as the Joker, and Cersei, her performance. Because she was also super, super good. And yeah, I mean, Zendaya apparently just gets perfect notes every time. She didn't have to do too much.
Okay, so what scene do you think she did was perfect that Nolan said she was perfect in?
I think it's the one where she's gonna die.
Yeah, right.
Probably at the very end.
Mm-hmm.
But that makes me realize, how many movies does she do where she's sort of just like popping in and out? Because like Dune Part 1, that was essentially her role.
True.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then this one as well, like she appears every now and then, but it's not so often. And just how crazy is it that Nolan has all of these actors to pull from?
Do you know how much Zendaya made of this movie?
Well, if it's a lot, I mean, I think that's just her.
Wasn't it like 5 million or something?
I'm pretty sure it was like closer to 10.
Holy smokes. I think Benny Safdie also made a ton of money, and like he had his face shown maybe once.
That was funny because a lot of people were saying it's a good thing he kept the helmet on, but
Well, I kind of agree. Like, I think I would just see Happy Gilmore too if he were to take it off more. But dude, his costume was awesome.
He's probably the one that has like stirred up the most, fans from the younger crowd. They just see this guy walking in, and that's an amazing scene. The whole sequence of getting into Troy. Oh, that was an amazing scene. And that was the one they showed anyways as like the sneak preview.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, that's going to be so good. And it really is. And so when everyone gets in. And then I actually, just to touch on the whole movie, I loved, it's not really a payoff actually. By the time we get to it, we're like, this is horrendous. But when they show what happens, like I love that we didn't just get to see that from the beginning. Like we really had to add context to what that is before we see it. And so it's not a straightforward film at all. I know some people have issues with that, but I enjoyed that because again, Nolan just has his way of just editing and going crazy and trying to make it a bit more of a mystery to get through until you finally realize at the end what the movie is actually about, which is what me and Josh talked about, the movie Memento. You honestly don't really, like, for me, it wasn't clicking again, even though I've seen it before, until the very end, and you're like, oh shoot, this is like a 5-star movie. This is amazing. So the Odyssey, yeah, it was another one where it might take some time, honestly. I mean, I might need another watch before I can really like fully get a review on it deeply, but for sure there's no denying what the spectacle is, and just the scene, and we'll probably talk about all the practical effects, just how his commitment to really lowering the amount of special effects that they use really contributes to just how much of a thrilling experience it is. But I guess that's what I'll touch on for now, and we'll continue going.
Do you think that the film would have been better if it would have been... No, I mean, you just said you don't think it would have been better if it was just a straight narrative. Would you? Because that's one thing I was actually thinking about while watching the film is, I wonder if I would enjoy this film more if it was not all these flashbacks all the time.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. It's like Oppenheimer as well, where it's just, I guess, adding context or going through certain themes. And I'd have to, again, that's what I mean, I have to see the movie again just to like fully get the picture, because the first time you're watching the Odyssey, at least for me, I'm just trying to really piece it all together. Eventually it kind of just flows linearly, I believe, but yeah, it could be a bit confusing, but I'm sure that if I were to watch it again, there's a reason why certain scenes are where they are. If that makes sense.
Right.
But I'd say, yeah, I mean, it probably would work perfectly fine in a linear story, but you would then get, I think, the whole Troy part at the beginning. And so I feel like what he wanted to show about that story, we wouldn't be able to fully get it until the end, just based on how he talks about it.
Right.
And the journey he goes through based on what happened there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I thought that was cool. I didn't expect... I thought it would be more of a straightforward telling of the story. But Nolan had a lot of interesting touches on it. And dogs is another one. It was very clear that he wanted to show a relationship with dogs in that world. And so that was also something that maybe the story doesn't touch on as much, but it's something he picked up that he wanted to display and wanted to tell people. And I think it did have to do a bit with his own dog. Like, he wanted to make the Odyssey because of his relationship with his own dog.
I believe the dog is in the book as well.
Yeah. Okay. I'll agree.
Any other standout performances?
It's interesting that you said Anne Hathaway, because she was the only actor that I actually had a problem with.
Really?
Yeah, and it was only one scene. It was the scene where Odysseus, she finds out that it's him in disguise. And I just couldn't, I didn't think her reaction was like genuine. Like, I feel like there could have been more oomph.
What point do you think that she realized he was Odysseus? With the bow? When he plucked the bow?
Well, there's that, but then like he goes into she knew, I think, from
when they were talking
that point. Yeah, before that. But once he shows his face and they all know that he's Odysseus, then I just felt like her reaction was, for 20 years of waiting, not as much expression as I was hoping.
Well, when he showed his face, wasn't she like, okay, is that when she's like, okay, we're closing the gates? Is that what you're talking about?
Oh no, this is at the very end where he says like he's gonna die, and she's like, no, not yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That was funny, actually, because it was a bit comedic. It's like, because what movies, don't die, I'm not dying, you fool. Oh, that's Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think people liked the scene where she talks to her own son and like dedicate. It's like, you should remarry, which is crazy, right? Just, Mom, by the way, you know, which is a world we just won't ever understand, the way they talk about, well, just the royal family, I suppose, and just how they run their kingdom and what the expectations are. Because again, like, who just allows all these filthy men to just live in these quarters for for countless years?
Seriously.
You know?
Yeah.
And they're just abusing your husband's blind elderly friend in front of you.
Yeah.
And your son has to just fend for himself.
Zeus's law.
Yes, that is something as well that they kept touching on, which I'm sure is mentioned in the book.
So Sarah was telling me, because she was looking up a bunch of, like, after we watched it, she said some of the critiques were that some people felt that, I forget there's a word for it, but people felt like Christopher Nolan was kind of spoon feeding the audience a bit with information because of, I guess, assuming there was a lack of knowledge of Greek mythology and the Odyssey, with just kind of reinforcing things with Zeus's law and stuff like that and how things work. I don't know. Did you guys feel that way at all or no?
I mean, I think the like Zeus's law phrase was used many, many, many times.
Yeah, that's why I brought it up. Like, definitely trying to make that a theme.
Yeah. But aside from that, I don't know. I think it's important because all of our understanding of Greek mythology likely comes from Percy Jackson.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So I think it's important to give a good review, because then the ending punch wouldn't make as much sense when he says that he broke Zeus's law and all the civilizations are going against each other because of that. So I think it's essential that he continually references Zeus's law.
We're going to keep saying that now from now on.
Can we reiterate what Zeus's law is? I forgot.
I don't know.
Pretty much, whenever a traveler comes to your door, you give them shelter and food they say you treat them as you would treat yourself or something like that, because it could be a god in disguise. You never know, right? So you treat everyone that comes to your door, with hospitality, food, drink, etc.
Right. So do you think Odysseus is a god? Because in the end, Robert Pattinson, he's like making fun of Zeus's law and chucks a chair at him. And then he's like the only one that can pull the bow. I don't know. It kind of made me feel like, oh, is this guy a god?
They say no based on the internet. They try to say he's a demigod. But no, the guy was just John Wick in the ancient Greek times. That's who he is. He just wouldn't stop, and he was already really old by then. But he's apparently just one of the greatest warriors of all time.
Yeah, his son, like, oh my gosh, he's really got to pick it up. Like, he couldn't even take on one guy.
Oh, that was tough to watch. The choreography for that was, man, buddy.
Yeah.
You gotta learn how to fight, man. Well, his dad was gone the whole time, right? So
sure.
He was getting trained though.
Yeah.
This wasn't good enough, and he doesn't have that dog in him. But of course, Robert Pattinson has no dog whatsoever. I don't know what.
That was the best.
Holy!
Pick up the spear. Pick up the spear.
That was hilarious. Everyone quotes that. Yeah. No, it's just a lot of fun, and that whole ending. I don't know the story all that well, so I was waiting to see what happens, and yeah, when she said close the, so I'm like, if he dies, like, so she's just expecting him to like clean up house, just like murder everyone, and then he was doing it. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess so. And his like wielding of different weapons constantly as well was a lot of fun. That whole thing about the beggar, I found it interesting because he was hinting all the time, and like Tom Holland seemed to be picking stuff up about this guy, but I guess he barely remembers his own dad, so he doesn't he doesn't know him enough. But the other people couldn't pick up, and even when he talked to his own wife, but that's cool.
True. And that old lady that recognized the dog bite or the hog bite.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Oh yeah, that's right. And he went.
Yeah.
That's a crazy one too.
Well, you guys remember why he went up dressed as a beggar, right?
Well, because they warned him that
Because what's
the tale of
Benny Safdie's character, Agamemnon?
the tale of Benny Safdie.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ore farmer. And Agamemnon. I'm butchering that. I'm gonna get cooked for that.
Let me try.
I'm looking for his casting.
I just remember Travis Scott is in this movie, by the way.
Yeah, he
Really?
was. That was a standout character as well.
Agamemnon.
Agamemnon.
Memnon.
Yeah, I was actually really curious to see about what kind of voice Benny Safdie was gonna use, because he was quiet the whole scene. He didn't speak at all until they went to the afterworld, which that was also probably one of my favorite scenes, was when they went to see Hades in the afterworld.
It was an excellent scene.
Oh, yeah. It was amazing. Like, I think that they filmed in Iceland. They Christopher Nolan, instead of digitizing like all these soldiers, they actually had thousands of real life stunt people fighting and running. And the same with in that scene where they were in the underworld, I guess you could say, and they had all those stunt people actually buried in the sand with little snorkels, like the perfect amount of sand over top so that like they wouldn't suffocate. And yeah, that was an amazing scene with Agamemnon and Elliot Page. I can't remember her character's name, but having to drink the goat's blood and being able to talk, and they were able to warn Odysseus and give him that prophecy of the proper way to go home. And man, that's quite the dilemma, or moral decision you have to make there, with the men going into the sacrificing all your men going into the world tunnel or going the other way, and some will die, but in the end everyone's gonna die except for you.
True.
Yeah, just that's a lot of these mythological stories. Just like fate just comes for you no matter what. You can't escape it.
Yeah.
And the whirlpool. I mean, what a triple header right there! Like the sirens, and then the whirlpool, and then the Skyla, which is supposed to be the snake thing. Which some people pointed out maybe that was a bit underwhelming. Like, was it really even a snake thing? Like, it almost looked different. The thing that was like reaching and just grabbing you from the boat.
Yeah,
it almost looked like a rock thing.
Yeah,
rather
that's
than
what I was thinking.
Snake heads, which is what like most illustrations show.
I thought it was literally the mountain.
Yeah, consuming them.
Yeah. I don't know. So if Christopher Nolan only does practical, like, how did he get that whirlpool going?
Well, he used jet skis.
Skis, yeah, actually.
He got a bunch of jet skis, and they were going in circles, and that's how they formed the most of it. But then they used VFX for the rest of it.
Holy smokes!
Yeah,
dude.
And then go ahead.
Oh yeah. No, I was just gonna say it's crazy that they did all these practical effects with the film time only being 3 minutes, like having to change the film every time.
Insane.
That is insane.
Yeah. And sorry, go ahead, Josh.
I was gonna say, because of the camera being so big and bulky, they had to act through mirrors as well. Did you know that?
Yeah. That's
crazy.
That is, yeah. I still don't even totally grasp what that looks like. But
actually, I took a screenshot of the diagram actually, because I was trying to wrap my head around that as well. But this diagram actually displays it pretty nicely here. There you go.
So it's a mirror so that they could see each other, because that's what you mentioned about Anne Hathaway's him and her scenes and.
Yeah, so I sent it there in the chat. You should be able to see. But essentially, there's the camera facing forward, and then there's kind of going to be a mirror kind of on the side of the camera tilted forward, and then there's another mirror kind of paralleling it so that you can see the person standing behind the camera. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain, but
Yeah, it's like, how does this work? Like, wouldn't you think the camera is just dead on filming them? But I guess not. So, or just the way they're interacting. So, Josh, if you can see, this is a massive thing, and then you have Tom Holland looking into a mirror, so you can see John Bernthal. John Bernthal's looking in a mirror to see him, but in the movie itself, I mean, it seems like the camera is just like right in front of them.
Yeah, yeah.
That's so complicated. But,
so complicated.
but tremendous stuff.
Yeah. Well, that'd be so hard to act because, like, you're acting this story made thousands and thousands of years ago, but you're, like, looking into a mirror. I don't know. It feels like it would break character or something.
Apparently it worked. Like, the actors didn't seem to have... It worked pretty well for them. And, yeah, I remember Tom Holland saying he felt stressed and pressure, right? Because you had to be on your best performance because knowing that there's only 3 minutes of real time and just with how expensive those reels are, like, you got to be on your A game. Like not too many takes, you know. You can't... Stanley Kubrick wouldn't do well with IMAX 70mm film.
$300 million movie.
Oh man.
IMAX. Yeah.
Imagine that though.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I wanted to point out, like, when we talk about impressive special stuff, I mean, every single scene has incredible things, and I'm lucky that they've done so many interviews, and I just get it on TikTok or on X, like, just seeing all of the different, like, interviews they have, just talking about it. The most impressive one I've heard is that when they're turning into pigs, that is not CGI.
No. Yeah, it's all real. Yeah.
That's so disturbing.
Yeah, it was some clay or something like that they had her use. But again, I mean, you see them, they're human there, and they're like, she's just like bending their faces. But apparently it's not fake.
Well, that was impressive, but I think another super impressive scene was when they landed on the island with the Lastragonians, so the giants.
Yeah.
That was all real too. They just got really big stunt doubles and then really, really small ones and used like forced perspective the whole time, which is insane. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, funny enough, the one on the poster is like them, and it's actually they had Matt Damon's stunt double. It was a woman.
It was a woman, yeah.
So the poster where it's there, like, I don't think that's Matt Damon.
No, it's not.
The amount of running away that they do in this movie is insane.
So funny.
It's a good joke, yeah.
Yeah. The Pirates of the Caribbean memes with Johnny Depp running on the beach away.
It's awesome.
Yeah, they must have gotten really good at pushing the boats off the sand and into the sea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, yeah, the rowing was real as well. Like, they had to do classes to learn, and it was pretty dangerous, like, doing it, because if you, like, mess it up and it, like, breaks or it gets stuck another way, like, it can be pretty dangerous. So that's the whole movie is just impressive on its own before we even dive into, like, the story and all the other aspects of the movie. Like, just the fact that it was made the way it was is already an accomplishment, an achievement. Extremely impressive. I want to go back to the Cersei Island, I call it, I guess. I don't know what island it was, but when they're eating the soup and it just starts, like, getting them stuck, like, that was so interesting. I don't know if that was the case in the original story, but when that started happening, because I'm assuming, I was like, okay, well, something bad's gonna happen. I don't know the original story, but just like them getting stuck with the food, and why are they eating like that anyways? I guess
because they were starving.
That's how they ate back in the day.
They're starving. Yeah, that was definitely a disturbing scene. A little bit. I remember people talking about, before I saw it, they were saying about, seeing, you know, Nolan do body horror was not on my 2026 bingo card, and yeah, it had me wondering kind of what that was going to be going into this, and seeing that was really impressive. And then knowing when Matt Damon shoots that deer and he sees that it turns into a human, right away, okay, yeah, this woman's a witch. And those lions and tigers you saw walking up were, well, you saw it with the armor too, right? The abandoned armor when the soldiers were taking their armor off.
They saw that, by the way, and they're just yeah, okay.
And they were going to ditch Odysseus. Remember, that's where they were like, we're leaving you here. You're no longer coming with us. And then that happens.
Mm-hmm. But he only figured that out anyways because he was going for his own food, and yeah, it was a guy. So going up there, I do wonder what the story is with the jaguar and the cheetah and the tiger and the lion. Like, who are these people? But yep. And the fact that all the pigs were like banging on the door, that made it also super intense and interesting.
True. Like they literally had their human consciousness still.
Yeah. Just trying to warn him. It's like, slaughter a pig for your dinner, and the poor pig's like running away. Who knows which one that one was. That was interesting. Yeah.
The Cyclops scene too.
Yeah, I was
we haven't talked about that yet.
What did you guys think of the witch's comments that she turned these men into what their true, I don't know, souls were? Kind of? Is that, yeah, that's what she was referencing.
Yep, yeah. No, I thought it was, well, actually, the way she was saying it was pretty excellent. Like, I remember watching and thinking, wow, that's pretty deep or pretty impressive. Yeah, she just clearly dislikes a lot of people, but also she just has this perspective on the world of, we're all animals of some kind, and each animal kind of has its values that are associated with it. And so a pig, it's pretty offensive, it's like a fat, ugly, like, just eats and eat. Like, yeah, she just called them pigs essentially for the way they were eating. And
yeah.
But I did think it was a good line, and she said it well, and as she was doing it, and they show Odysseus pondering on what she's saying as well.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And it is interesting after knowing that they're like, what's the term? Like pillagers of the sea people, the Vikings. I don't know. They're pillaging everyone, raping the women, stealing all the food. So it is interesting looking back on that in retrospect.
Yeah, for sure. And the movie kind of caps it all off in that reflection of, he was kind of like couldn't come home because of the shame he felt and things like that. Yeah, I think it was a good story, good perspective on that. Yeah, Josh, want to talk about the Cyclops, which I kind of forgot that the Cyclops is Poseidon's son, and that's kind of where it all, I mean, it was going wrong already, and then it went it went really wrong. May I just say, when he pointed out the cheese, which is part of the original story, I was like, why on earth does this Cyclops have cheese? Like, how is he making it? He's got the sheep, they said, and like he uses their milk, but it's like, well, how is he milking them?
Yeah, with his huge hands.
Deep, yeah.
Deep, deep. Yeah.
And then Matt Damon, Odysseus, just goes up to it and is just like just starts eating it. It's like, bro, what? I would not be eating some. I thought it was gonna be something nasty in reality, but it's actually cheese. So it's like, okay. I don't get it, but yeah. So that one was a puppet, though. Of course, there has to have been enhancements, right? There's no way it was just a puppet.
Yeah, it was. I think it was. Yeah, it was like massive 20 foot over 20 feet puppet, and yeah, like animatronics is what Christopher Nolan said for that, and. Yeah, just insane though that they were actually like puppeteering that thing, and I think they said it was a voice, or it was being operated by the same guy from Tars that played Tars from Interstellar. Which thing, that Tars, he moved very well. I was very impressed with how that thing moved.
Wow, but yeah, that's so insane. Just the lengths they were going to, and that cave they filmed in was actually a historic cave of like Greek mythology as well. So they made they tried making the most, and I don't want to dive too much into it because a lot of people that complain about this movie are just talking about the realistic part of it, which in the end, no one's actually Greek in that movie, so it doesn't really matter.
And they speak with American accents, which is, who cares?
It did put me off a little bit sometimes, if I'm honest.
Yeah,
like I wish, because some of them,
John Berthel.
Actually, I don't know if I thought he was that bad. Yeah, but just some people had accents or were speaking in the eloquent sort of idea that people have about how people spoke back then. So if we were to touch on that, I do think it's a bit interesting because Nolan is very intentional a lot of the time. So it almost feel like on purpose that he wanted this world to seem a bit like not concise or not totally, people are speaking one way, people act this way, or people look a certain way. It was almost, someone said, like stage play-ish,
right,
in a way, which is interesting because the complaints about the accuracy and such, it's like, this isn't a real story, by the way. And I think Nolan might have been trying to share that based on the casting and the intentional like language choices, because if you're trying to be historically accurate, they weren't speaking English, I'm pretty sure,
Sure.
So like, I don't know why, like, you can't be too obsessed with it. So I wasn't really that bothered. I would just say though, like, sometimes it was noticeable that others had sort of accents or putting on a different character than others, but overall, I mean, it was a great time. I forgot what I was talking about before the accuracy part, but
what do you guys think of Matt Damon's Odysseus character arc?
That was great.
Like, did you think that he was a bad guy from the start? Like, was that kind of given, or?
No, it's you get like the tough guy, and that was in like the hog scene where he's teaching the children, I suppose, how to catch, and he just kind of seemed like a leader before then. But no different than some of these other people where it's just a harsh world. Like when his buddy, the blind man played by John Leguizamo, just like throws a dog just like plainly off the cliff. It's like, okay, this is a different time, essentially.
Yes.
But like the arc is there for sure, where it comes to the realization about you can't control everything and you can't disrespect the laws of the sea, of the gods, of all that. So for sure, just like by the time he gets back and he goes, I think the beggar thing was also like a way of him to humble himself unto like all the people that he's dealt with, and just like getting his place back. Deservedly, he was able to do the both thing and then I guess kill many suitors.
Right.
And then got exiled, and he was at peace with it.
Yeah. I respected his character for most of the film, but I was looking at this commentary on the comparison between the book and the film, and apparently the Odysseus in the book, he like really wanted to have people tell stories about him, so he would do all these crazy things. But I feel like in the film, the only time you get that is where he like straps himself up to listen to the sirens, that was a crazy scene, actually.
Yeah, it was. I think maybe if Matt Damon was to get an Oscar, maybe it's for that performance, because I mean, you had to just lock in and start screaming and wailing uncontrollably due to sadness and happiness and just all a mix of emotions. I actually liked how they handled it. We didn't necessarily see the sirens, and I also learned that they were all of them were stunt people, because they're the only ones qualified to actually get swim to those rocks.
Yeah.
So that was it was an excellent scene, and they got the wax in the ears. And were they trying to play the song, or do we not know as an audience? Because there was music going on.
It was like our perspective was with the earwax, right? Because we couldn't hear, we could just see the reaction. I also really like that scene, and this score. We haven't even touched on the score yet. I love the themes that this movie portrays with temptation and discipline. I got that a lot with just like the temptation to do these things, or it's like the signs were saying, like everything you ever wanted, but also like the worst things ever. And every decision that Odysseus made and his men made had a consequence to it, right? Whether they could choose, whether they're at that Apollo's island or whatever, they could choose to starve to death, or they could choose to eat the cow and reap the repercussions of that, which was, yes, they got lured out to sea and go, but they got killed off by the crazy storm because they knew going into it, but yet they still chose. And I like that every decision we make in life has a consequence, whether it's good or bad. We don't know. Maybe we do know going into it, maybe we don't, but that's the whole part, right? Learning, and it's all part of the journey, and it's everything Odysseus experienced. And with him being with Calypso and completely forgetting about his life, his family, his wife and his son, but also maybe he didn't want to, it was an escape for him too, right? Eating that lotus and forgetting the pain and the suffering, but he knew that he was accountable. And when he was explaining that to Penelope and kind of confessing his shame, and we get to go through this scene of Troy again and really see what actually happened. And he talks about how he knew what he was doing was wrong. He wasn't blindly following some leader and breaking Zeus's law. And then in that scene, we see Zendaya get beheaded, and that's crazy, because throughout this film we see her being portrayed as Athena, but now and then we learned that Zendaya is just someone that he perceives, I think it's like his conscience, right? His guilty conscience of that incident. Did you guys see any insights about that?
I also think it could play into that whole, you won't know who the gods are, because they could be in disguise or something. But I'd agree as well that that's the reason she kept playing in his head, and it's something he's held on to, or maybe that's how the gods punish him. They have the girl that he saw get beheaded, keep talking to him. Mm-hmm. So there's might be a few reasons, but it was impactful, and that's what surprised me actually about the movie, because most of the movie you kind of just feel like you're seeing a story but not feeling what they want you to feel, if that makes sense. And that's near the ending, finally it was oh, okay, that's where we're going with it, and that's what we're supposed to gather from it. So it was good. I wanted to touch on, unless Drayton, you wanted to add to that. Sorry.
No, you guys said
okay.
Everything.
Is that what you're thinking? Okay. I want to touch on the scene where the ship breaks apart, after they get in the calm and then they end the storm. A lot of people talked about how they felt like they were going to die watching that in the 70 millimeter. And I saw the 40X clips where, yes, in fact, it did seem like they were going to die in the theater. The wildest shaking for sure. And I don't know if they're spraying water or not, but that would be crazy.
Yeah, they do.
They're spraying water.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
I'm just imagining your grandma. What if she accidentally...
Dude, I was thinking that too.
She did actually go see it, surprisingly. She wanted to go see the live action Moana or another kids movie, but they weren't available. So my aunt convinced her to go see the Odyssey. And I'm like, you see R-rated movies that way?
That's awesome.
But yeah, just
dude, I would hate that.
Experience.
I don't think I could do that.
No, it takes you out of the movie. I mean, yeah, it's a different kind of experience.
Does it take you out, or you're totally immersed?
I think it takes you out of the movie a bit. Just from what I read this article, sometimes I'll come across these IndieWire articles, and I actually really enjoy them every time. But this guy, he just said he did this experiment where he saw the Odyssey 6 days in a row, and each in a different format, and he talks about the differences, and he shares his experiences, and he says pretty much that he says no matter what format you see this in, it's going to be amazing no matter what. But yeah, he said with the 40X, it definitely, he wasn't able to like really get set in because you're just constantly being like tossed around.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, the only 40X experience I've had literally had like a spear come out and poke you in the back. Dude, what? Dude, there would be so much poking in this film.
Yeah. No. I wonder if the scene where they're running away from the giants, like the trees that captured the people, and then they just see them like that was wild. Imagine that though. Like you get on that island and you're like, oh shoot, run. Only the one ship survived, and all the other ships, they just went at them, and you had no choice but to accept your fate. So they just wiped you out. That's how it was going to be. I guess in terms of time, I think it would be appropriate. I haven't seen, it's so embarrassing that Interstellar is like the one Nolan movie I haven't seen completely. But we could do a ranking of where this would stand.
Yes.
Because this would be very telling about where do we actually hold this movie. Because if I'm honest, I'm surprised at how it's not really up in the higher ranks for me in terms of Nolan films.
Yeah. Well, I've already kind of added it.
Compiled a list.
I've already. I made a Nolan ranked already, so I added it in, and I feel good about where it stands.
And where is it?
Do you want me to list it off?
Yeah, let's hear it.
So I have a letterbox list. This is Nolan ranked. I still haven't seen Tenet. I rented on Apple TV, so I can still have access to watch it, but I haven't gone around to it yet. But pretty much, I have in 10th place I have The Dark Knight Rises, and then 9th place I have Batman Begins. 8th place I have Dunkirk. 7th place I have The Prestige. 6th place I have Memento. 5th place I have Inception, and then 4th place I have The Odyssey. 3rd place The Dark Knight. 2nd place Oppenheimer. 1st place Interstellar. And Interstellar and Oppenheimer is like neck and neck pretty much.
Dang. Where's Tenet?
Mm-hmm. Like I said, I haven't seen Tenet yet, so
okay.
It's not in there.
Yeah. It's amazing how it's like considered his worst possibly by a lot. So I personally really I saw that one in theaters with my brothers, and we got out of that one and we were just like, what did we just watch? That was crazy, bro. Like that sort of reaction. So yeah, I'm a fan of the movie.
Yeah, I think I'll be on the side of enjoying it because I've always been a big like spy movie guy, like as a kid, and I think that's kind of the vibe of this one, but it's Christopher Nolan's twist on it, obviously, with time. And
it is twisty as hell, nonstop, actually. So, I told you, I don't understand the movie. Don't try and understand it. Actually, that's the message of the movie. But if you watch it, yeah, you'll see. That's actually said in the movie. Like, don't try to understand it.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. I just want to shout out. Julian, got him on Letterboxd. I don't know if he listens to the pod or not, but he watched Tenet the other week before, and his Letterboxd comment, he says, I have to watch, he gave it 4 stars. He said, I have to watch again in a bit to fully understand it and give a full rating. I said, you're never going to understand it. He watches it again. He says, yeah, I still don't understand it, but I did feel it.
Nice. Yep. That's it right there. Yeah, man. Picking the number one spot is ridiculously hard for me in terms of like his best work. Because in terms of like perfection from a flow, timing, message, interests, like everything put together, for me, Inception, Dark Knight, and Oppenheimer are those 3 movies for me. And yeah, I have not seen Interstellar all the way.
You gotta watch Interstellar. Maybe we need to go see Interstellar at TIFF.
Maybe that's the best option for me. Yeah, I probably said this before. I mean, I'm sure we brought up Interstellar, but yeah, I start it and I get to like the 90-minute mark, and then I have to go to sleep or I have to do something. I have to go to work. I don't know what it was, but there was always something that actually stopped me from watching the movie, and I never finished it. But I mean, that usually is an indicator that maybe I wasn't too crazy about what I was seeing. But
like Memento, crazy. Remember what you said?
Yeah, I know.
You don't get that payout till the end, dude. You got it.
Yeah, Memento's very much a movie. If you if you decide to give up on Memento, you probably could and just leave it, and you wouldn't think about it at all. So that's a true point, Josh. It's a true point. That being said, Memento for me is still above the Odyssey. Just because of, again, just I don't know. That's probably the tightest one for sure. Yeah, because I put The Dark Knight Rises, Batman Begins, probably The Prestige as well, which I've seen maybe once. I haven't watched that too often, and Insomnia, which is with Al Pacino and Robin Williams. I've only seen that one once as well. Dunkirk is really good, but it's probably just a little alone. So yeah, maybe you're right. Like the 7th spot for the Odyssey makes the most sense for me. And that could change, of course, over time, but it would require another watch for sure. But even then, like I said, the things that turn me off from it a bit is like the inconsistency with the accents or just you know what I mean? Like, I don't mind that it's not accurate, but it was a bit like, it did stand out just a little bit. But anyways, that's all I can say about it.
All right, Jaden, what's your ranking?
Okay. I've only seen 5 of his films, so I'll go bottom up. I'd say The Prestige, number 5, The Odyssey, number 4, Inception, number 3, then The Dark Knight Rises, and then what's the last one? Interstellar. But I would say, out of all of those films that I've seen, I would prefer to watch The Odyssey in theaters out of all of those. Like, I think it's the most beautiful of his films that I've seen so far. And those battle scenes, man, that it just doesn't get better than like the surround sound, the huge screen. I don't know, it doesn't get better than that.
No, you're right. Yeah, I agree, honestly. Well, Interstellar was amazing in 70mm. Oppenheimer was also amazing. Did you say you saw Oppenheimer or no?
I haven't seen Oppenheimer yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, a special movie in the 70mm.
Yeah, an extremely different movie from the Odyssey, by the way.
Yeah.
Incredible, nonetheless.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Riveting.
Yeah. Masterpiece. That's a masterpiece. What was I going to say? Okay, well, I guess before we wrap things up, I still want to talk. We haven't even talked about the score. What did you guys think about Ludwig Göransson's score? Because this was probably the most historically accurate part of this movie, because Christopher Nolan wanted Ludwig to only use instruments used from that era, which is like, I don't even know, like drums and little flutes and crazy. But yeah, how did it work? Like, I know it's no orchestra or anything, but I think it was still very good.
Yeah, Daniel, you might have to take this one because scores, I've already told you guys, are one of those things that just go right over my head.
I mean, you saw and by the way, speaking of that, we haven't even touched on many technical aspects of like any favorite shots. We haven't even done that.
Yeah,
that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But anyway,
no, we can do that too still.
Yeah. Keeping with the score, yeah, it was pretty impressive. Yeah, I will admit, at first it was kind of like, okay, this is the direction we're going in, but yeah, over time it wins you over. And I think what stands out to me the most was the drumming parts, because typically it was used to build, because it kept ramping up. It never stayed steady. Like most of the drum parts where the drums were included, like it kept getting faster and faster and faster whenever they used it. And also, like, they kept melodies going for a very long time. I think the scene where he talks to Penelope for the first time when he's a beggar, again, like, it's the same, like, string instruments just playing the same melody the whole time. And I'm thinking, wow, there's no, like, change up here. But I guess you're right that, like, he just wanted I mean, I'd have to study it more. I mean, it's such a long movie, but yeah, for sure it might take a bit longer to adapt to it, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not totally sure if it's amazing, but it's a great score.
It's different,
sure.
Right?
Yeah,
it's different. It's something it's just so unique. Like, yeah, I agree. It definitely grows on you and wins you over. But yeah, I think, like I said, it's no orchestra. It's no Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer just gives you chills. That score is, and it's probably one of the best scores of his filmography, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, he's done so many already, and he's still so long to go. So many, and that's just the one thing. Like, is the score as iconic as past works?
Yeah, because
like
he worked with Hans, right? Back in the day with Inception.
Even honestly, Tenet has a great score. And yeah, you mentioned Oppenheimer. Dunkirk, I don't exactly remember, so maybe we'll leave that one to the side. But Interstellar and The Dark Knight.
Interstellar, yeah.
All of these movies have fantastic scores. So I'm just like, it's pretty hard competition, but honestly, maybe we shouldn't look at it as a competition. They're all different and they're all good in their own ways.
Yeah, agreed. Did you guys have any favorite shots that you wanted to talk about? I think we talked about a lot of shots already.
Yeah, I guess just give credit to it. It's almost as if, because I've gone to 70mm movies, I feel like
IMAX.
I was specifically. I feel adjusted to it in a way, so it was actually a bit harder for me to totally be wowed, because I think people that never done it before were like, of course, wowed by what it is. But having seen quite a few movies now in that format, I don't know if I'd say I'm wowed anymore by it, but it's for sure. Yeah, I mean, like, it was great, but that's just kind of it. Like, Project Hail Mary, One Battle After Another, Oppenheimer, Sinners, like, all these movies I've seen now in that specific theater, and so it's like, it's cool. But anyways, like, having reflected on it and gone, like, looking on the phone and stuff like that, like, so many iconic moments were captured so brilliantly. And I think what I liked most is that a lot of the scenes, and people complain about the shaky cam or whatever, but we're getting the perspective of those, like, on the boat or in the cave with Poseidon's son, the Cyclops, or like on the island. Like, it feels like we are one of the people. Like, that's the perspective we're getting. It's not just like a wide shot and we're capturing everyone. There's a lot of perspective shots, I think, of like, what would it look like as a human being looking at these people, looking at the monstrosities or the ocean as well. Like, that's maybe what makes it more riveting, is that the way it's filmed really makes it feel like we're there.
Yeah, totally. I agree with you 100% on that. And just going another thing towards, like you said, like, getting into those caves, getting into those nitty gritty shots where you feel like you're one of them. Like, this is a 300-pound IMAX camera rig too. Christopher Nolan, I don't know if you saw that interview with me and Goth, but it said it stirred her to her soul. That's something she'll never forget. Robert Pattinson went up to him with some notes, and he goes, "That's your department, mate. Like, you deal with that yourself." And he's, he talks about that with his cinematographer, Van Hoyt. What's his name again? Do you know, Daniel?
It's like Hoyt
Van something.
It starts with, it's like HVH.
Yeah, it's gonna.
Hoyt. Crew. Yeah, Hoyt van Hoytema.
Yes, Hoyt van Hoytema. Yeah, legendary guy. He's been his cinematographer for a while, but yeah, like, it was his job and his task to come up with all these camera rigs to be able to get those, like, intimate shots, right? And so, my favorite was those zoomed, like, when they were, actually, I didn't mind the calypso scenes, but when they were like those scenes from the sky and then walking through the ocean,
it was beautiful. Yeah,
beautiful.
Those are beautiful.
Even like with the Lashagonians, like those wide shots of the forests and them walking through, and you just get so much on the top and the bottom. It just makes them feel so small. I really enjoyed that. And it's just coming to my mind again of them going in the sea and you're getting those aerial shots. They were in blimps or hot air. I think they were blimps. Yeah. Getting those shots, 'cause it was like silent, right? Like it wasn't disturbing with the noise. And, yeah, just so super impressive. Like, I can't believe like how hard this film was to get done, and just the effort that was put in, ingenuity and everything, just amazing. And, yeah, movie, I would say, well, I guess for you guys, is this the movie of the year so far?
I mean, it feels a bit unfair to compare the drama to this movie.
Yes, different movies, but I mean, movies. Still.
I'd have to see it again. It'll definitely be up there. Absolutely. And I mean, we talked before this movie even came out just how good of a year it's been. It's been a lot of top tier films that have come out. Feels like we're giving out high ratings more than ever. So, yeah, it'll be up there for sure. I wonder if it'll be as much of an Oscar darling as people would think. Because, like I said, I do think Oppenheimer is a better movie, and I'm not sure if another watch of the Odyssey would actually even change that, to be honest. I just think Oppenheimer, like, start to finish, is so well put together. But it's, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the Odyssey will be. It probably will be, but Dune Part 3, we're seeing that boy pull up, so it'll be tough.
So you're saying inconclusive as of right now?
A little bit, yeah. It could be, but I think, I'll be honest, I think Doom Part 3 will be the better movie.
I'm looking towards that as well myself. Yeah. What about you, Dre?
I feel bad for saying this, but like, I think The Invite is my number one right now.
Yeah, and Josh gave it 5 stars.
You know what? I put that Invite to the top, and so it's. I got the Odyssey as the top, but the Invite's number 2. So
nice. Yeah. Oh, that's your number 1 right now. The Invite.
No, the Odyssey is my number 1.
Oh, I see.
Invite number 2. Obsessions number 3. Project Hail Mary's number 4. The Drama's number 5, and Nirvana, the band, the show, the movies number 6. I could go on, but yeah, those are like a top 5, top 6 movies.
This is your letterbox?
Yeah, I keep a list called 2026 ranked, and I update it with every movie I watched this year.
Shoot,
you could see it on Letterboxd right now. Yeah, you can go check it out.
Yeah, maybe I'll make one of these.
Yeah, it's fun. I enjoy it.
That's true. I could make a list about 2026. Because I have. The Drama's technically the only movie I've given a 5-star review for this year, I'm pretty sure. So that's kind of why it's holding onto that right now. Of course, that could change, but the Odyssey is up there. The Invite as well gave a high rating. Obsession and Project Hail Mary and Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. So these are all. I think we have the same 6 movies probably in this top area, but in terms of arranging them, I'm not too sure. I do think Obsession might be in like finishing in a top 3 category by the end of the year.
By the end of the year. Nice.
I think that one could stay very firmly in that position. Yeah. So we'll see.
Cool. Awesome. Well, I think that wraps up this episode of the Odyssey. This has been a good, solid episode, hour 20. Well deserved though for almost a 3-hour movie.
One day we'll do the 6-hour review.
Yeah, we'll do the full breakdown of every scene, every shot. Yeah, someday. But thanks for tuning in, guys. It's been a blast. We were looking forward. This has been a very highly anticipated movie. Going into this, I was very, very excited. Glad we were able to secure tickets to IMAX 70mm, and we're excited. I'm excited for you to watch it in that format this week, Dre. You'll have to let us know next week how that experience went. And I'm also seeing it again in next week, or August 3rd. I'll be watching it in 70mm with my dad, so looking forward to that. And you'll have to see it again, Daniel, because I hear going to see it multiple times. Yeah, you get different perspectives. But yeah, no, if you haven't seen this movie, go see it. Don't wait for IMAX 70mm tickets. Just go to your closest movie theater and watch it on the biggest screen you can available. You'll enjoy. You'll have a good time. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. Let us know what your favorite Christopher Nolan film is, where the Odyssey stands in his filmography, and we'll be happy to talk about it on the next pod. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.